I think that's cheating. Unfair advantage. I'll tell Robbo.
Yeah, give him 3 practice swings.
Exactly. Yeah. All right, so we've got 2 big matches underway. Jamie's actually going to be really, really happy with this result, getting through the semis. Oh, that's a lucky break there by Justin. I don't think Rusty's on 5 frames already.
No.
So that's it should be 0-all there. But
so these 2 were doubles partners in the Friday night money comp.
Yeah. Yep.
They against Robbo and Scary. So did end up losing that, but they've obviously come out with the goods today and yesterday.
Yeah. Justin, I actually think Justin's looking really good in that match against McHill. Like, I mean, obviously you have to be playing well.
Oh, that's it. If you
not
many people can beat McHill. I've sort of started doing it recently, but if you can play good enough to beat McHill, you can play good enough to beat Rusty, I believe.
Oh, well, yeah. I think the thing
so Jamie, after his 6 practice lags, loses.
Too bad. Oh, he has lost that.
He's got it.
Oh, he did win, actually. Jamie did win the lag.
Yeah, that paid off.
Yeah.
Shows kids, practice makes
Robbo's
perfect.
first swing was about an inch off the rail.
That's it.
Jamie's 6th swing was about half an inch off the rail, so he's done all right. Okay, so Justin's on reds here. It's a pretty aggressive shot there. Played with quite a bit of safety, really.
Yeah, he probably has thought of that as a shot to nothing.
Yeah. That did drop. He's on probably his worst ball. Well, I think Rusty's got a bit of a result with that, covering up that red. So Justin can't put that back up to that top right-hand corner, cover a couple of yellows.
Yeah, he's done a pretty similar shot to nothing by the looks. He's probably looking forward to playing the yellow along the bottom rail next.
Yeah.
Wasn't the ball that he played? No, it wasn't.
Rusty very rarely plays a shot like that to miss.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, Justin's actually been left on that. I didn't think he could get past that yellow.
So I don't know if Justin's had a look at this ball on the right-hand rail. Probably is looking at the top left now to just to stun screw back a little bit for his other top ball. Not sure whether he intends on the red on the right to go to the corner or the centre.
Yeah,
I think he would have liked the extraction there, but he does have the option for the double.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if he takes this on.
Yeah, I think that's the best option. He's landed perfectly on that. Oh, it's a bad. Oh, no, he's actually on. Yeah.
He definitely has, yeah. Looking at the table.
On the screen, it looks much tighter than it actually is.
He did want to hold that wide as much as he could so he can effortlessly travel down the table for his last red to the bottom right.
Jamie's some awkward bridging here, but I think he's on. Pretty good shot from Justin.
He's played that well. Still having a little bit of trouble with those yellows, but
yeah, I think he can actually just top this through and counter that yellow and
that
hold.
is what I was thinking, like a little soft top just to make sure he does push the yellow.
Yeah, if you play this with screw,
in between.
You can hide yourself behind the oh, he's hit that too thin.
Yeah.
He might have left a gap under there as well. Well, Rusty's down on the shot pretty quick. There's a pretty decent gap. He'll be disappointed with that. Maybe he's... Oh, Rusty might be disappointed with that one too.
Rusty never taking too long to have a look at things. Very flowy player. We'll see him at his finest when he's got a bit of momentum.
Yeah, he's a good player to watch. He plays quickly, but he plays good shots. plays interesting shots for sure. Oh, just a back and forth here. I think it's slightly more open there this time.
Yeah, it's definitely on. Whether it's on for the cover though, he doesn't want the cover.
Rusty's played that well.
He's got those two balls on the side rail. It's
He's
always a bit of
landed awkwardly.
He's almost forced to run into the red and after killing it, make it good again.
I don't.
He's
not
probably
sure
not
of the
going to
angle.
play it. He's probably going
Yeah.
to
Leave that there as a
lay
slip
up
ball.
near the top. And
Justin's going to be a bit disappointed with this frame, having not run out there. It's always
he
nice
he
to.
might have left an edge there. He definitely, yeah, he's got down very quick. He's happy with the edge. A little bit of swerve he's played it with. I think he did have a little edge. He hasn't. Otherwise, doesn't look like he called total. And
No.
just wanted to get that little bit more purchase on the ball, leave the white a little bit lower, pull the red up. Instead of cutting it fine and doing the opposite.
Yeah, ideally he would have killed that yellow on the left-hand side a bit better. And yeah, he left Rusty perfect angle to get that dead yellow out on the right-hand side. It is a bit tricky here for Rusty. I don't think he can play that one up the rail and leave it safe. And it's a tricky pot at that distance.
Dangerous. He's happy with it, though. With a lot of side, he's making
Yeah.
sure he's safe.
Oh, that's a good pot.
He had a whole
lot of
bucket load
side
on
there.
it, and it still wasn't enough to run safe.
No, it wasn't safe, but did give it a bit more of a chance. I think it was that yellow was actually tight on the rail, so playing the side makes that yellow grip onto it.
So Rusty looking very good, clear here. He doesn't need too much position. Doesn't really matter where he is. He can run this in and play the black to the centre.
Yeah, that's
almost
pretty
as much
perfect.
angle as you can sort of get away with, like as you can
Without being,
have without being snookered sort of thing.
exactly.
But
Yeah.
it's
It's perfect.
Yeah,
You
not
can
a
just
worry
roll
at
that in almost dead weight and be flat on the black. So Justin will be disappointed with that as a start. He missed the easy spore of his out. He missed. So a bit of a tactical.
1-0 to Rusty Wheeler. So Robbo and Stevens at the moment look like they're just exchanging safeties.
Yeah, Robbo's got a lot more to do to develop these than Stevens does. It's a
His
pretty
balls
good
look
developmental
fine
shot.
now.
Yeah.
He's done well to leave going in between pots. Second
Oh, did
visit.
he have two?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, I didn't see why he got the two there. He's left that dead red on the top right, so I'll be disappointed with that. Otherwise, it's a pretty straightforward out from there.
The reason why he's looking at the red to the centre and right then is because that kicks it. Otherwise, he'd be playing the ball near the black spot on its own. So I think he's looking at the fine cut on the further left ball to the left corner. Must have been happy with it.
So I think he'll play the top one to the centre and then get the position that you were talking about to develop one on the right-hand rail. But it's,
I don't know if he will. It's sort of to make
I think
the.
he'll actually he'll play it off one of the top ones in the corner, I think.
Yeah, he's going to play the lower ball, obviously. It's easier to get. Yeah, that's a lot easier shot to get towards it. He's I think he can get it. Get the extraction with the either a lot of bottom or off the top rail with a bit of. Yeah, it's definitely takes a bit of right, I'd say.
A bit of right and a bit of pace.
But you can afford to play this a little bit loosely due to the ball he's got up the top. He's always going to be on a pot. A little bit different angle to what it looked like. Didn't look like he had to quite play it with as much right as it looked like.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I think that was all right.
It's a lot better than it was. If he is unhappy with this, I wouldn't be surprised if he plays it down the bottom corner, even if it didn't land perfect. But But I think he is happy with it. I think
Yeah. One thing you do notice with Robert though is that he won't go into those ones at pace unless he absolutely has to. Because chances are you're going to kick it somewhere else dead. He always plays as a controlled knockout to put it on.
a lot of the good players do. Yeah, he must have needed a bit more than it looked like.
Pretty tight pot, so he's tried to get the one off the rail so he can play this a little bit into the top corner.
He's fine though, just to dribble, just to sort of drop that ball in top left, and he'll run underneath the ball. I would say to the right centre, but it does actually go down this corner as well, so either way, you can't sort of... Just had to guarantee the pot a little bit, but he probably has, playing directly against the nap as he was, it can be a bit hard to gauge, especially trying to play it soft as he has. He couldn't really afford to
against nap,
have any bottom on it or anything like that.
Rail. Yeah, it's exactly the wrong rail, exactly the wrong angle along that nap. So got a bit of a tactical battle back on the left screen, left of screen, as you can see now. Rusty's on reds here. So,
not a bad shot.
Yeah. I think Sajich puts the yellow back in there. So I think Jamie's got natural angle to just stun this yellow into the centre, and he should be able to get onto the one on the right hand side off the. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, just rolls it back around black.
Yeah, he's got enough to get around the black.
Yeah.
He must be playing it with a bit of. He did have the option for side if he wasn't happy with it.
Yeah,
so it
that's
looks
right.
like he'll be dropping the ball in the bottom right. He's landed in between a little bit again, sort of not quite guaranteed to sort of screw off it, not quite guaranteed to just drop it in. You don't want to land high on it because then you're running away from your black. No, he's got a better angle than it looked like. He's played that perfectly.
Yeah, I think if that would have been a slightly cleaner pot, it would have been more natural as well.
So Jamie to go 1-0. He'll definitely be happy with that after Robbo looking very comfortable to knock all the balls in.
Yeah.
Just a bit of awkward queuing in. Not sure what he tried for there.
No,
sort of, maybe if he looked at the table for a little bit longer before he played it.
Yeah, he just sort of got into that one straight away. So Robbo's just about to break on the table. Pretty big break. And he's just put a red in front of the yellows that he might have won.
Yeah, I think he wasn't happy with that last red rolling along there. If it wasn't for those, these yellows are very nice. But
the yellow in the middle of the three must go.
Needs the pot one as well to get them.
He did nominate them very quickly though.
Yeah, he nominated very quickly.
I think he had to.
The reds,
There's no way you take the reds from here.
The reds aren't terrible. I don't think. There's them two at the top, but you got a good ball for extraction. The fact that there's two of them there,
yeah,
is the problem.
Getting the extraction.
Hard to get both of them out and
this must go
landing good.
clean.
Unless he's tried to open up the pocket there, but I doubt it. I very much doubt it. Considering he's caught that almost as fine as you can and he's missed the pot, so he would have known better.
Also, probably not a risk you'd be taking if it was a little bit dicey, if you're not on them yet.
Yeah, true. So Jamie once again happy to see the table and gets the good balls.
Yeah, he can run around behind this yellow that's closer to the black spot and play it back into the same pocket as he's playing this yellow in now. I basically see the yellow near the right centre pocket being his last ball. And he'll probably get there from the one in the balk area, close to the top rail there.
Ideally you do play it in the square sort of thing, but like if you can get position on that, your ball closest to the black, so play that in that corner, then you can just run your one in the top left, run the one in the top right, run the one in the right centre, and it's very easy, but whether he played that almost perfect to land on, he's running a little bit close to the second yellow that I was mentioning.
Yeah, I think he's halfway in between where he wants to be actually.
Yeah. It's funny how just that little bit of position just makes, just doubles how hard the out is. He took about one good positional shot. I think he can afford to try to hold for it. Because if he doesn't, he's held well. Actually run a little bit short again.
Yeah.
But if he hadn't have been on it, then he does have that ball to the top right, which, and he's also the
Rusty's just played a big shot on the left-hand table and left himself with nothing.
Get on the black, was it?
Yeah. He had to.
I think Rusty's a good danger of plotting. He's in that opposite corner. If he's just lining up now, I think he'll be fairly close.
It's actually a bit tighter past that yellow that's near the white ball there than it looks on the screen.
Yeah, true.
He's actually just seeing if you can play it into that yellow and kill.
Jamie to hold again.
Yeah, Jamie's played that really nicely actually. He's controlled that well. It's
Yeah,
so
a little bit
easy to
further, and he's in the same scenario again, but he's controlled that one.
Oh, that's a great
Very
shot
nice.
there from Rusty.
Oh, yeah.
Huge shot.
Rusty 2-0. It's a bit sad how it goes. You put in all the work to beat Mick Hill, and it doesn't necessarily get you to the end.
Yeah,
So we found out with Joel.
That's a little bit of a tactical battle in that frame then. And they're the ones that kill you when you've missed that opportunity in the previous frame. Justin could have gone out off his great, be off to a flying start, and that puts some pressure on Rusty. But instead, he missed that shot. Another big break there from Justin.
Jamie can play this either way. I don't know what angle he's got. He's definitely screwing back.
Yeah.
Just don't want to be over punching those, and you don't want to be queuing over those reds either, I think. So
Yeah, I think you'll be
I
fine.
would have been looking at it if I was glancing that red that he's sitting on there.
Yeah.
I would have been looking at topping through just to get past the other ball. Oh, that looks like he just squeezed that.
He
Didn't want to hit that anywhere.
Just getting in there.
So I reckon he's jumped a mile when he's just played that shot. Didn't look very steady and controlled at all.
Yeah, that's exactly what happens when you leave yourself snookered, well, you're touching on the back of the other reds.
So Justin over there patiently waiting while Rusty
Goes out
tries
on
to
the
build
reds.
it out. Yeah, he's there's
Been a
work to
bit
do.
straight on that red.
Yeah, not where he wants to be. He's probably hoping the other red landed a little bit higher as well.
Yeah, he's looking at topping through and playing back into the centre, but it's
one of
as
those,
we've seen.
one of those things. Sometimes when you're playing a couple of balls like that, it is hard to control the balls, but it's not hard to control the white. And a lot of people forget about that. Is where they'll come undone. You sort of have a rough idea where the balls are going to go. And you should have a very good idea where your white's going to land after the shot.
Yeah, if you're hitting the object ball quite square, then you can control the white ball much more easily. But if you are hitting it thin and you're letting it run, then it sort of changes the scenario a bit. You leave up the chance of it. Far too often you see a player, they'll play for the cannon, but they'll just completely let the white ball go.
Red easily on, and definitely got that kick. And that, you can't have hoped for a better kick in that than that. Rusty getting the arm flowing there. Oh,
He's down pretty quick on this, so looks like he goes straight to the centre.
Oh, he does love playing the ball with side or swerve or anything.
That's a good result.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's well played there.
Let's see whether he dribbles this or punches it a little bit. Nice little bit of punch. Does get him a bit closer to the yellow, but
yeah, he's left
just confident pot.
He wanted to stun that more and he played a little bit too much of a screw on that.
Doesn't bother him too much.
So that's off a dry break there from Sajich. So he was spewing and go out off his own break earlier.
Yeah, Rusty 3-0 now.
So we'll go at the table on reds.
Sadly, the way the game goes sometimes, all you need to do is not play off the break and it can cost you a match pretty severely.
Yeah, and it can be, you see it all the time, with 3-frame turnaround immediately with that. If they go out off their break, they go out off your break, they go out off their break again.
Yeah.
You've done nothing wrong other than not get a ball off the break. Lost 3 frames.
He has had a bit of table time though. I've seen him at the table a bit.
Justin?
Yeah, but Rusty did play big black in that in the last frame. Justin probably thought he was in a good spot. Maybe even played a safety, I'm not too sure. But
he could have quite easily been 2-1 up now, but 2-0 up going into that last frame, which gives Rusty that extra bit of pressure on that out. But at 2-0 up, you're feeling pretty good, especially after that nice black that he put in off the rail.
So Rusty breaks pots of yellow.
Most of the yellows are there. The only dice ones are one just above the black.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm not surprised if he takes the reds. They sort of link really well in the pack that's down the bottom.
Oh, that's a bit loose.
I think he's fine there.
Yeah, he's landed okay on the left-hand side, but he's not on the right-hand ones.
So, do you think he'll play for the extraction on the ball to the left of the block, or do you think he'll play it to the top after this one?
He doesn't have the angle off this one. Yeah.
I'm talking, he'll play the one below the black at the moment. He's not going to play the full table ball Chinese snooker.
No. Yeah, so play this one and then play the one to the left of the black.
See how your position is. Yeah. That's not too bad. Sort of.
That's fine, because if he rolls this through, he's on the other two to the right-hand pocket.
Yeah.
And then the black does go to the centre quite easily, and also to the right corner.
If he's not on the red closest to the black after this shot though, and he does have a bit of angle on the other, then he's in a bad spot.
He's actually quite straight on this. He doesn't want to count in that yellow. That's just to the top of the black. Yeah, he's avoided that nicely, but he's not quite straight enough on this. So
I wouldn't be surprised with Rusty how much of a flowy player he is. He'd probably top this in, top the ball to the bottom right, to the top right. Yeah, just run off this side of the yellow for position. Probably is actually a good. Yeah.
He's loading this up with a ton of right-hand side there, and he's compromised the pot there. So that's a bit of a let off there. So that could have he's got the position there, but he missed the pot. I mean, we've actually had a slightly better position if he got that pot. I think he missed that thick. Yeah, so that could have very easily been a 2 1-outs in a row for Rusty. Putting 4-0 up, but he's given Sajich a chance, and I think all these yellows are here.
Yeah, so no tight matches at the moment. That's a very nice shot from Jamie to open up the out. No tight matches at the moment. It's definitely clear leaders, which doesn't necessarily mean the other player hasn't played well. It's just coming together for the one player at the moment. Stuns this in. Done screw.
Yeah. Justin's just about perfect on that one, just above the black. He can stun off the side rail if he goes a little bit far. He's on the bottom one, but yeah, he's perfect on the one next to the black.
bit simple for him now. I think he'll just touch that black, maybe run a little bit past. They'll try and
I
get
think he actually screws
just
back off
behind
this. I think that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Screw back and just touch the black. Run a little bit this side of it. Not perfect, but not far off it. So Jamie left himself on the side rail. Could afford to though. That's some nice balls for it.
Yeah, Justin just left himself slightly hampered over the black ball there. But yeah, he's got a pretty risk-free pot
Punch
here.
this in. I think he does hit the bottom of the. Does hit below the centre, but I'd probably be playing this with a bit of screw.
He's just rolled it in. I reckon he would have punched that in a bit faster if he was in the position he should be.
Yeah.
He played a little bit tentatively just to be a bit of an in-over, give himself an extra chance if he somehow didn't hit it.
Yeah, could have been the way he was looking at it.
Yeah,
maybe he was just trying to control the white from making
Yeah.
it back over the other side of the table, because that was where the in-off danger was.
Jamie goes 3-0 up as well. That's nicely taken out there. So Sajich has called back with one frame, and he's breaking here.
See if we can have a turnaround. If he gets a good spread and the ball down. Big chalk on the ball.
Yeah, he's got a big break as well. Oh, that wire was straight on this line to the top right-hand corner. Yep, big break, a bit awkward on everything.
I do.
What do you like here?
I almost do like this just because of the dead reds up the top corner there. You can sort of play the yellows and afford not to finish.
The other thing is there's a chance he can squeeze this yellow in the top right-hand corner off the red that's in the right-hand rail,
Yeah.
And in or over with that one. And I think there's two yellows down the bottom of the table, down the triangle end of the table. I think
on the red,
pass.
I think it does pass to the left.
Yeah, I think they both pass to the left. Oh, he's played a big shot.
He's played that. He's gotten into it a little bit. Yeah, thanks, mate. So the organisers, fair enough, they've had enough. Their work is done.
Yeah, Travis and Messer have done the bulk of the organising for the big guns. And they've done a lot for this one, for the Anzac tournament as well. But I think they can safely go home and probably just pass out. Oh, Rusty's nearly followed that in.
I think Justin can look forward to being tucked up, pretty much touching that red up the top left corner.
Yeah.
The one closest to the screen.
I think that on the screen it looks like you can't see that at all. No, you can't actually. It's a little bit further away from the red than it looks on the screen. But he still has to go the one rail at least. That's going to be a little bit disappointing for Justin because he had them all on, and now Rusty's got his all on. Tricky one down the bottom rail, obviously.
Interesting to see how close he gets to potting this ball.
Yeah, into the centre.
Yeah.
I think he'll play it.
When you are really flowing and you're on, you can actually see these. I'm not sure if that's actually what he's played for as well. That was a bad ball. He might have aimed to miss that. Probably was. At the same point, that is the side as the same side as the pot as well.
Yeah.
So you're not too worried about aiming for the pot and missing it that side.
Yep.
Rusty with another container.
Yeah.
Closing down. He has just killed one of his balls on that.
Yeah.
Not quite dead, but
it's tough for Justin as well. I actually think he might be able to hit an edge here. if he can hit a edge, that's a bad lead for him. Puts him in a bit of trouble. Because that means that he'd have to, he can't play off a rail and just tap it or lay up against it. He has to hit a rail afterwards. And he doesn't want to go direct because he'll be cannoning that red on.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I think you can almost afford to hit it as fine as possible. You need to hit a little bit harder though, in case you do miss it. You're going to come back and hit the yellow, but
yeah, he's played a swerve shot.
Yeah, that's the problem with that. You don't. Yeah, you want to leave him low, but you don't want to leave him too low.
Yeah, he's played the swerve shot to avoid the direct kiss on that red and pushing it onto the left-hand pocket, but he's actually left it on perfectly into the right-hand pocket, and he's not going to have many options. Rusty does need to make sure he doesn't pot this one. No, he's gone for the pot. Yeah, he's gone for the pot and roll, screwed back a bit, so that's a good shot.
I like that. At the table again on the decent set of balls.
Yeah, he's on the reds, is he?
Yeah, on the reds.
Let's go.
I don't know if you want to be playing the bottom, the red in the centre, the lower one, past the yellow, or whether that does go the other way, or it does obviously go the other way. Might not go this way. That's the only thing stopping him at the moment. That is not where he wanted to be.
No.
I think he gets away with it.
Oh, it doesn't look happy. He had a shake of the head there.
No, he did.
I think he has to play.
Definitely wanted to be one way or the other. I'm tipping. I don't think he wanted to be on that ball closer to the pocket. I think he wanted to be this left side of the table because it's hard to transition from that right-hand ball.
Yeah, 10, I think.
Yeah, basically.
But
he could have ran off 2 rails underneath the reds, but I'd be tipping they're not really blocking. I don't think that red on the right-hand side is in the way of anything, so I think I'd be happy to leave that till later. The problem here is he's pushing that red towards them yellows in the centre. Very nice base there.
It's good pot.
Control it.
He doesn't actually look too thin on this one to the right hand, but I suspect, I think you can just play this and come out between the yellow and black and pod the other red back to the left-hand corner.
It's almost one of them balls you can afford to miss it just.
Yeah, you got the safety. I didn't see the shot that Rusty just played, but I think it was pretty big. Oh. He's overrun that. Oh, Jamie has overrun that. Rusty goes 4-1 up here.
He had no choice but to overrun. But maybe a tiny bit fortunate not to pot a ball in the centre, but he really did have to hit the back ball to pot anything, really, I think. The angle was coming, so it wasn't. If you're looking for it, it's not the biggest worry.
Yeah, and Jamie can actually cut this back. Just got to avoid the in-off here.
One of them really annoying shots where you really want to hit it soft enough that it's in or over, but you've got to get it hard enough to get a bit of purchase on that ball and make the bottom take effect to get that white ball to the side rail.
Oh,
he plays it well.
Yeah.
Good shot.
It's a tricky shot. If you play that too hard, you completely mess it up. But he's now got a tricky black. I think he cuts it into the centre.
I don't think that's that tricky at all. I think he'll be happy with that to the centre.
It's just like he's weighing up a little bit.
I just think he's taking his time on it. Just making sure of it.
Yeah.
It's not exactly where he wants to be, but
it might be a bit thin out looks on the screen. He's also waiting for Rusty to play his shot, but Rusty's just playing every single shot from the right-hand side of the table, so Jamie doesn't have a chance at this black.
Just making sure, coming off 3 rails.
Yeah, I think so. Should have played a deep screw, come back.
If Jamie can still remember what he was doing here, he'll knock this in.
Now, what am I on? Reds or blacks? You should get this. Yeah,
well,
so you can see by the distance that wobble's travelled.
Yeah, it was a fine
It was a bit thinner than it looked on the screen.
Yeah. so.
He's going to be pleased with the way he's playing. He's not really chopping much up.
Definitely. I think the wheels have to well and truly fall off for Robbo to get back in this one.
Yeah, and it's coming up for his break as well, which is good. And this is another lightning quick out from Rusty, I think.
Finish.
He's straight down on this shot. This is just knocking out. I don't know what's going on with this tournament.
So once again, someone knocks out
Mick
Hill, and
just about to
Rusty
say.
just cleans up from there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So Rusty's taking the benefit of someone else's hard work to knock out their favourite. But
it's 2 for 2. Joel takes out Mick Hill for Rusty to win big guns, and Justin takes out Mick Hill for Robbo to beat Justin. See how he travels from here. He's got to be coming in confident. And Rusty's confident. It's a hard man to beat.
So Robbo has to make this out. I think our scores must be wrong because Jamie can't be on 5, otherwise the match is over.
Might have accidentally hit the +2, but
just fixed up the scores there. So James Stevens is 4-0 up there. I think Robert has to make this out, but he's left himself a tough pot. The pot's not so difficult, it's more that he has to get position off it, which makes the pot difficult.
Yeah, if you're dropping that in, you'd rate him to knock it in all day, but
you'd also rate him to snook it all day if he does drop it in now.
Especially with the pressure of 4-0.
Yeah. And with the Reds where they are.
This.
That's a really nice played pot. I don't think it's gone very well for him. He's got into that a little bit too much.
Probably in that position where he's too worried about that pot missing. He's just absolutely made sure of it and made sure the white got out. He's not.
Yeah.
I don't think he'd overly planned that white.
He's actually lining up this yellow to count it off the other yellow and then sort of squeeze it off the other yellow into the centre. That just shows you that he's got not much on. Maybe he might be trying to kill the black now.
Has to make the most of this visit.
Yeah, but this is a bad position to be in. Yeah, the reds are nice.
I don't know how the point is to knock the yellow in or over in front of the bottom left. It's got to be
off the black, you mean?
No, the yellow that he's closest to, playing the bottom into the bottom left yellow to cover that to in or over on that bottom pocket.
You might be able to see that much. I don't think you can see that much of that yellow. I think he's playing this off the black. Oh wow, that's a wow.
Surprise.
on the screen, that did not look on.
No, it didn't even look like he was lining it up on the screen. I thought he was playing the second ball, but
that's a slightly dodgy result for such a huge shot.
It is, yeah. He's played the flying cut nicely, but I think he just keeps having to look at it the same, just not being on a pot well enough to take it for granted. Just being forced to leave the white where the white wants to be.
Yeah, it's not too bad. There's a good bit of a path up and down, in and out of walk.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem is the black. The rubber.
Yeah, having pushed that over the side, play a thin cut, the white ball runs a bit.
He does find a path. I think he needs a little bit of left just to make sure he doesn't hit the third red, the middle red.
Yeah.
On the way back
those
down.
Five. Yeah. Yep. And the other thing is he needs to make sure he doesn't end up exactly where he is now. Oh, he's come back the other side. That's a really well controlled shot, and he's landed terribly.
How can you be after just playing pot after pot and just falling out of position every shot, but 4-0 down?
I was actually talking to Robert about this just the other day. When you're behind in a match, every cannon you get, every leave you get when you're behind, it's just that little bit worse. If you're flowing, you're playing well. You get all the luck, you get all the
He's even got the
angle to cannon that yellow.
the angle to push the yellow, which is not what you want. It's
Not at all.
really what you're avoiding.
Oh, okay. It was straighter than it looked. Yeah. That's a well-played shot. That's a difficult shot to play. It's not getting much easier.
So he's still got a bit of work cut out for him.
He's got a...
I think he's screwing off the side rail here, really. You're running...
Yeah, but you have to control this. It's quite easy to sneak yourself on that black.
Right, actually, he does have the angle. He's not going to push for too much on this black. He just wants to be on it. And I think to just drop this in gets him on it.
Yeah, he's coming back off the side rail. He did line it up from the other right-hand side rail, closest to the black. Yeah, so he's played over for that. That's a great positional shot. That is perfect.
Absolutely perfectly.
So I actually really like that shot. If you try and hold, you can compromise the pot, you cheat the pocket a little bit to square it up.
Yeah, I find a lot of people, like, with that sort of pressure on them, playing that shot.
They go straight in on.
It's very hard. No, it's very hard to judge the screw. You sort of,
you can overdo it.
Tiniest bit of twitch, and there's a lot of room for snooker there.
Yeah.
Played that very confidently. I suppose that's another thing you can do when they have that 4-0 lead, though. You sort of, everything you get's a bonus. So you can sort of afford to push for things that you usually wouldn't.
Yeah, exactly. But in the position that Robbo was in there, he had to make 100% sure that even the black that he left himself, which was quite an easy black, especially for this standard, he took his time on that. He was not going to let that touch the jaws.
With a good break here, which he hasn't got.
No, he smashed that as well.
He needs to really start applying pressure. It's sort of, Jamie will be getting a bit comfortable with the 4-1 lead, and it's not what you want.
Jamie's got at least another couple of breaks in this match if he doesn't win it straight up. And you don't want to leave that chance. And having a dry break yourself just leaves Jamie to pick the balls that he wants. And then you're already on the back foot as soon as you come to the table. At least if you get a ball in, you can choose the balls that you want. So he's playing this thin cut on the yellow.
So he's done well there, I think. He's probably not landed exactly where he wanted to, but the balls aren't in a bad spot. He needs to be able to get to the left side of the left yellow at some stage.
He could have quite easily killed those two yellows though, so it's a good result. He played it. No, he played it in a nice and controlled manner as well. If you hit that too hard, then you can quite easily kill them both to the rail. So.
And he's definitely looking hungry here. He doesn't want to be giving anything away. He wants to make sure he makes it to the end of.
Yeah. So Jamie's just. I will point out as well that he is wearing jeans and sneakers. Definitely not making the dress code. But he says that it's usually okay because he doesn't make the televised stages anyway. He's usually in the commentary booth. But he's been playing really well. He's not the top. Oh, that's it. It's
funny,
really
I was
nice
almost about to wear black jeans today, and I was like, nah, better put the black pants on.
Yep. He's actually just come a little bit too far.
In between everything there.
Yeah, so if he's potting this one to the centre, it looks like he's running away.
Yeah, he's definitely potting up the centre ball to the right centre. And he runs underneath the other two naturally, just over the other side where you want to be.
Yeah, so he's run a little bit far for the top one to the centre. And run a little bit short for the other one to the centre, so it's kind of halfway in between.
So he's obviously not happy with that shot. Probably did have to work a little bit harder out of the last one. In saying that, he's just worked very hard out of that shot. He got no result. I think he'll be regretting not playing the other ball. It is a bit harder. played that a little bit, loose. And it was a risky one. He was sort of, you could have afforded to be a little bit looser on the right hand side of the table, but on this side, you really had to land in the right spot.
Yeah, this has gone very dodgy.
So
I think he's playing a bit of a layer-up shot here. I think he's playing off the side rail, trying to cut this one back into the centre. He's a lunatic. I think he might be doing it. He's got 4-1 lead.
Yeah, the thing, them two reds down the bottom are dead.
No, he's just tapped them. Yeah, that's. So that must have been touching that yellow then, was it?
I think he might have fine glanced it. I don't think he was touching it. I think he was just fine glanced it on the way through, which is a good shot. It does apply pressure and makes his white ball a little bit less fussy as next visit. Can afford to land in more spots, and
he can land in most places on the table as long as he's not directly snookered by a red. Then he can pot it. Yeah, it's a good chance to be able to pot a couple. He can pot it to the centres. He can pot it to the corners. So Robert's got to find a pretty tough safety here. I'm not sure where he finds that. At the same time, he wants to develop these two reds down here. Yeah, I think he's playing off the bottom of these and tucking it behind them if he can.
He's found somewhere he wants.
Even if
happy
he doesn't,
for Jamie to be.
Yeah, even if he doesn't tuck in, as long as he doesn't leave an easy pot on. Well, I mean, that being said, Jamie's got a bit of pressure off him.
It does really need to move those balls sooner rather than later. I think it's only going to get harder and harder for him. And
that being said, if he could somehow, like if he can play it from the other side at some stage, then he could play an easy safety, but his ears developing.
Yeah, true.
So he's playing just off the top rail here. Oh, okay. Hasn't got the coverage that he wanted.
Yeah, that is why he's looked at that top yellow before, because he knew he was leaving him on it. He was intending to.
Yeah. He did want the coverage down the bottom right hand side here.
Still a very clever shot from Robert.
It is.
Looking at these yellows, as we were saying, anywhere on the bottom of the like anywhere, as long as you're not snookered by a red, was a good spot to be. But right there is about the worst of it. Yeah, that's a beautifully controlled shot.
That's actually a much tougher shot than it looks like. It looks like he's just rolled that in, a little bit of bottom spin, but you can so easily leave yourself up past the black.
You don't want to hit it any softer than he has. And
exactly.
Bounced off the rail nicely.
I think he's actually held it a little bit too much as well. He has to. I think he has to run this through on and off the rail to come back out for that yellow into the centre.
One good position on it to the centre, but there's not much other choice.
He's hit that halfway between everything.
I'm not tipping that's how he wanted it.
I think he was hoping that would just stop dead a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Just looking at the line of the white there.
Yeah. I think he's looking at the black back into the corner. He's just played that yellow into. So he cuts this yellow thin into the centre and leaves the white on the left-hand rail and puts the black back into this corner down here. And if he runs further than that, he can play the black down into the bottom left-hand corner. I suspect he will be running further than that.
I think he's definitely going to run, he'll be...
Probably go off two rails up into the Bulgarian side rail and the top rail.
I don't think he catches this top rail until pretty late, just before that red. I think he's a lot closer to the red when he hits the top rail, looking at the angle.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So he's controlled that shot very well as well.
Yeah, so he was playing back to the bottom right.
We've been very happy if that drops. If that drops, he is borderline guaranteed win. It's not the most on pot. He's on the rail.
Yeah.
But he does have the cover as well.
If he had have actually hit that a little bit thinner, which he needed to for the pot, then he would have been slightly further off the rail and slightly straight on the black as well. So,
yeah, true. He does get that a little bit more bounce.
Just missed the line slightly.
Yeah.
Now it's just a matter of whether or not Robbo's red, second one above the centre, if that goes in off Jamie's yellow.
I think he's looking at moving that at the moment. The one closer to the rail. He's running into it all day.
Oh, okay, there's a much bigger gap there than I thought. I thought that yellow was closer.
I think he would have been happy to catch the edge of that.
Yeah.
Which would have gotten him a more solid connection on the red that he's kicked out as well.
Yep.
He might be in a better spot if he had played that off the side of the yellow. The only thing is that it does push the yellow down towards his one treble red.
Yeah. It's a good shot though.
It is.
I think the yellow still does pop there, but it means that Jamie can't pot it from anywhere on the table. He has to get behind it. And Robert's going to do everything he can to not let it get behind it.
It looks like he's going to lay up here, but I really don't think he should. It's sort of...
To be honest, I think that the out's just a little bit too risky. And you don't want to leave Jamie a shot at it because you can double it back to the bottom left-hand side.
Yeah, maybe he is betting on Jamie killing the yellow even more, but it just seems like the yellow's in that that awkward spot already that you can almost afford to miss, and you're not guaranteed to lose.
Yeah, I think he's thinking that if Jamie misses, if Jamie hits this but doesn't get the pot, then he can play his dead red down. He's dead red on the right-hand side rail. And there's a chance to even open up the pocket with the yellow. Jamie's
definitely made sure he's got a good connection on it. He wanted it to move.
That's pretty good. It's got out in the open a bit.
There isn't much on. See, if you look at this, Robbo is in no better position than he was by the looks of it, and yeah, he's going to just tuck up behind this red. And if you give your opponent too many of these shots, they end up doing something very large. And I'm sure Jamie won't be aiming to hit this, he'll be aiming to pot it in the centre. Off the bottom rail. It's definitely takes a lot of work. Yeah, way too much. Robert has left it nicely, fortunately. Jamie's obviously not happy with it, as he wouldn't be. It is a very tricky shot. And the angles that he does have on it, they do push it into trouble, not out of trouble, off that top rail. Unless he's not total. He might have an edge on it. In which case, I think he has an edge. I don't know why he's looked at it so long, because all you're doing is trying to double it underneath the left red. Looks like he's playing full ball.
Jamie's got very unlucky there. He's just played a great cut into the centre and snooked himself on the black. He even played it at such a pace that he was going to, he was trying to hold for the black, but he's just run past it. He actually, I had a look from behind that line of that shot, and he could hit it just more than full ball. So I think he's maybe had to swerve that a tiny bit.
Yeah.
So it makes it so much
It's always
harder.
going to go close to that sort of area, but when you've got the bottom right on it, depends on how much is still on it when it hits that side rail. Yeah.
Yeah, this will be another tricky pot. If you can get this, it's huge. Well, having hit it, obviously a big advantage, but Robbo's dead red's actually the perfect line for the snooker. You can basically leave the leave the white where that red is. Obviously, you can't play it right this shot because otherwise it doesn't develop that ball. But
yeah, this is the position where it is definitely worth it for the snooker. It doesn't want to be running that black down the rail with one visit.
no.
I think probably trying to separate. Yeah, just a little bit close to that red on the rail. I think now he's moved away from him a bit, and he'll be more likely to. You can just play a more confident snooker without worrying about any double hitting or anything like that.
And also, you can make sure you actually get it out.
And block the top double, which he's done.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
I think
he definitely has, I think. Definitely looks like Jamie's only got
like
about
on the screen,
mid-table, middle of the top.
Yeah, I think so too.
Definitely takes a lot of side to get over there to that black.
Yeah. He actually might be looking to play this bunch aside and with pace, because I don't reckon you want to play this as a roll-up, because you have to put on too much side.
You definitely have to carry the side.
Yeah, I was thinking might be
and that looks...
he did a pirouette there just to try and aid that black off the red into the centre.
Got to steer it.
Missed it, yeah.
If you don't tell the balls what you want them to do, they don't know.
Yeah, how would they know? Alright, so if Robbo can get through to this one in the bottom left-hand corner, which I think he can, he's just got a dot to dot here, really. Yeah, the blacks. Yeah. So for Robbo, they're developing his dead red. Makes Jamie sort of rely on quite a bit of luck there. Now the black's open, you can just pop them out.
Yeah, it's definitely the go to play the top ball before the other one. You don't want to land a little bit off angle and be trying to force position onto the black off that ball.
Yeah, it's good to get rid of the ones around the centre, I find, if you can, but like if you land perfectly on them, because you can land a little bit awkwardly like this, but at the position he was in, he didn't have the option. Yeah, and that's exactly why you want to get rid of them, because they're tricky to play off.
Well, it's probably going to just run off the top rail here and back down for the black.
Yeah, just in and out of the ball.
Maybe a touch of right, but I don't think he needs it the way the ball runs.
Yeah, okay, so he actually did put a tiny bit of right on that to get that just perfectly behind that black. So that's a well played shot. Jamie's a bit disappointed in that because he did have a chance early on, and he played in and out of ball, came back and left himself sitting on the ball that he wanted to pot. And then from there, played well. But yeah, once you get yourself on the back foot against a quality opponent, you have a good chance to be put out of the frame.
Yeah, well, I think Robert did give him not good opportunities, definitely not, but yeah, there are a lot of opportunities, and while he still needs to win 4 frames, that many opportunities per frame, I'm sure Jamie is bound to just get one of those blacks in, even if it has to come off 3 rails.
Exactly, yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Being in the position that Jamie's in now, 4-2 up, 4-1 up just before. It's huge. It gives you that freedom. It means that you can take on a tricky shot. You can maybe risk getting the black in, the white in off the black, something like that. So he's dropped a red here. Just had a break.
I think he's in a really good spot here. I think I'm tipping. It's an awkward shot, but that yellow to the right centre,
yeah.
Basically
everything else is there, isn't it? Yeah.
That's it, yeah. The
yellows are there. Black's a little bit awkward.
The reds aren't too far off as good.
Jamie's bringing out the periscope.
Just that yellow on the left rail.
Yeah, I don't really see what his starter is for the reds.
Yeah, there's really no option. Unless you do...
might have heard Jamie talking about.
Just thinking, this ball is looking at here, unless you do call reds and run off it and run low, but it pushes it towards the back. That's why I didn't like it and why I didn't mention it. Also gives Robbo the yellow off the red in the centre.
I
The
think
red is this side of the centre, so you have to do that very nicely.
Yeah. Okay. So I think what Jamie's doing here is he's just looking at the setup. I do wonder if this yellow does go off that red. I mean, it does. You can play this yellow to the left-hand side of the table, off the rail, off the red into the centre. It's still tricky from there. And what Jamie's done is cover the black a little bit more. I think he's making sure of it a bit at this stage. He's not wanting to let Robert get up to 3-4 down, because when you're 3-4 down, it's dicey.
With the yellows around that pack, and on the black, I don't really rate that pack for anything. I think with a play like Robbo, I think he's a good danger of opening it up fairly easily.
There are enough options. It just brings that element of luck into it. So I think what Jamie was avoiding was going for too much himself, and so he was wanting to make Robbo do the work.
It wouldn't have worked very well if he does move a few yellows and then
Exactly,
misses the one up the rail or something.
So Jamie can get straight through on this ball and run it down, take a bit of control down this bottom right hand side.
Made sure he didn't hit the yellow. He was afraid of it.
Yeah. Missed it by a bit.
And judging by the look on his face, I'm assuming he could hit it a lot better than that. It's just
my line of sight is actually perfectly down that shot, and he could see it full ball.
Yeah. A little bit of lack of control, unlike we've seen in the last few frames from Jamie.
Yeah, I think part of the thing with that shot was just the pace that he had to play at it. It was, he had to roll it in. When you roll it in, it's more difficult to cue cleanly. Because he wanted to get the coverage there, he didn't want to pot it. So does Robert pot this, or does he go for a snooker? I think he snookers. I think he went for the
go at it.
No, I think he missed that by 3 inches.
Probably not the worst shot to go for. The yellows are on, and you were just running into the hardest of all the yellows, basically.
No, the more I think about it, I think he can go for that pot. I don't think he misses that by much.
You think he's meant to miss it?
I think so. Yeah. I don't know. He missed it by 3 inches.
But I think he would have been just trying to get a snooker. He wouldn't have been just trying to run high, sort of thing. He'd be trying to land behind one of the balls that he's just moved.
Yeah, you think a snooker, but then again, I guess he hasn't left much on here. It does any shot that Jamie plays is either a foul or he opens up the black a bit. I guess that does help Robbo out. And that ball that he would have been sneaking up behind would have been. It was his worst yellow for sure.
This ball he's looking at now, I don't know if he's running off that to push the red that he tried to get out of the pocket before.
He is. Good call.
Tiny bit soft. If he hits that a little bit harder, I was looking at it, it did move that centre yellow and starts making the yellows not look too tidy.
There's some people on another table trying to get a photo by shining light directly at our players over here. It's not ideal.
Trying to take the light off them, I think, by shining it directly at all the main games. So, Robbo almost forced to play the ball over this pocket, the ball, bottom right ball. Does clear one side of the table. It means he can afford to kick the black earlier and push more balls over this side and not be as worried about them tangling. So I think that was right what he did there. He's tried to run high for safety, obviously, as well.
Yeah.
But I think he was going.
I think he's trying to pop that, and if he didn't land quite right on an easy pot next, he could run the yellow near the right centre down past Jamie's red. Again, it's a tricky pocket to take. You probably just play as a big pocket. It does leave the awkward shot for Jamie.
This is a very attacking shot.
The busiest shot.
He is going to push the red in ahead of the yellows, which could buy him a visit if he doesn't. He does let Robbo in.
Yeah, I was just going to say, he should go straight for the pot. If he had got that.
I still don't mind that. Now he does contain the black a little bit nicer, I think.
I think it's a really good shot. I think it's really positive pull. It's opened up the pack. The black's in a terrible spot. If that drops, he's got those two reds closest to the white now. They can play over there as well. Then he's almost out. I think that was a really, really good attacking shot. Robbo's got awkward long reds to play with. And then, the black does go into the centre. You have to get in behind it, and that's not an easy shot. It goes into the centre and long. It goes into two black pockets, obviously. But
the one ball that he is sort of on the pot, it's not an easy pot, and he really has to choose whether he wants the pot or whether he wants position or safety, I think. I think that red's moved from earlier.
Yeah, so
it's still not very on. This is a very nice shot.
He's going to play rail first, yeah. It didn't quite get it thick enough onto the rail.
It's got a bit of a result there.
Ties that red up a bit. I think it does still
I think it does still pass.
Yeah. And Jamie can't get past these reds down here. I reckon. He's lying off the pocket, or at least to cover his pocket.
That ball should have been a good percentage to pop that ball. I thought it looked deep enough that you didn't have to be overly fussy about the pot, but obviously you hit the sweet spot where you don't want it.
Exactly. It's one of those ones where you look at it and you think, there's no way I can't pot it unless I hit it exactly here. That's exactly where you hit it. It does give Robbo a few options, but the black's still in a bad position, so...
You've still got to put Jamie as favourite for this frame at this point.
Black, I just don't see where it's going. One thing he's lining up here is actually dropping this one left-hand centre, playing two yellows in the black spot, into the right-hand centre, one of them, and canning the black out off that, going off the bottom rail, back into the black. It's dicey.
Forceful shot, yeah. Really doing more than you would like to.
It's a dicey shot. He has to do it at some stage, I think, because you need to get a black out of there. If you hit it from the other side, then getting it in there more. He's open running, I think. That's not what I was saying. He doesn't want to disappoint, so it's probably what he was wanting.
I don't know what he was lining that up to.
Might be in China,
maybe it does go off the red in the centre. If he can go underneath it, maybe it does mean he's got options. Depending on exactly, doesn't have to worry about landing too perfect. Yeah, I think that's definitely what he's lined up. Because the extraction's just too forceful, and really you're running out of balls that are on from this side of the table, so you can't afford to be doing it and just landing anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you leave yourself on course. So he's going to punch this off the red as well. No, straight in.
I don't think so. I think he's saving that red for the black.
Yep.
I think the black goes off that red in case you need to.
Sorry, I didn't see what you were saying before. Robert does line up with a lot of weird things with his cue. You don't actually know what he's lined
until
up.
3 shots later.
Exactly, yeah. Points at a lot of things. He likes to point with his cue.
Sometimes he even points in feathers with it, and then...
one of my favourite things to see is Travis Martin. He actually does his full approach when he's lining up a ball. When players they just line up say yellow or red or whatever to see where it goes. Not behind the white. He does his full approach.
Steps into the shot.
Yeah, steps into it. And he's got a quick man step in.
And everyone yells out, "You've got to play the white ball first."
Exactly. Yeah.
So it definitely looks like he's going to.
He's looking at playing that yellow last.
I think the yellow on the right hand side last. You do need nice position on it, but you shouldn't have too much trouble getting a nice position on it. If you can run that in with top to get down here, I think that's the ball. It's a lot cleaner gap. Yeah, down that right hand side of the table is fairly clear all the way down to the black.
I think you're just running too close to the black and too close to the reds in the pocket. So I think he's playing the one left and screwing back sort of almost over the black spot and then underneath it. And if he underdoes it, he's got the black into the right centre. If he overdoes it a little bit, he's got it into the right long, and he's got the white yellow pocket on the centre table. And if he goes even further than that, he can play it off that red. This is a big positional shot. If he lands this, he still needs to make a big pot after that.
But Robert is by no means giving up.
No,
he's given this 110.
The other thing actually is lining up the screw shot.
So the problem with this shot is I don't find you're on the line of the shot for liner. That's why I like the ball on the other side.
You're coming along
the line of the shot.
So if you're
coming off a ball, off a rail, and then down, like with other balls in your way, it's across the line.
I think the thing is here as well, though, the black's so close down to this bottom of the year, you're not on the line for very long anyway, no matter which direction it comes.
Basically.
But the way that he's going here, if he does screw this, play the screw shot, he still has 3 pockets, maybe 4 if the black goes off the red, to play for. So he does have a fairly big margin of error. He played the right centre.
There's a lot of traffic though to be running into.
A lot of traffic, yeah.
What if he finds the gap between the reds on the right, between the 2 and the 1 on the right?
He's overdone it. So I think he has to play this as a cut shot with black off the red that's furthest to the right hand side. Push in front of Jamie's other 2. I don't think it's quite on the pot.
It's not the sort of shot you want to be playing.
It's not the shot you play ever. I'd like to call to him.
Black's 2 balls high. That's a nice shot. That's a nice spot to be. But the way it is, you really don't want to be playing. All I can see it doing is opening up Jamie's balls. You can't cover. There's 3 balls in the pocket. You can't cover the whole pocket with it without hitting it absolutely perfect.
Yeah, exactly. I think at this stage, though, those reds are there enough. I think Jamie goes out if Robertson can get this in, or make a rough shot from him. I think he has to cut this onto that red. He's running off the road.
Yeah, I was thinking.
He's kicking out. He mustn't have enough. Oh, that's a huge effort.
Massive, probably could have gotten away with it a little bit softer in his defence, but. So mix off.
Yeah.
Just saying why.
Mix off, thank you. So I see Jamie pretty straightforward. Just rolls this into the left, plays the bottom 2. Okay. Those 2 closest to the bottom of the table, they must be a little bit more awkward. He must have been getting a cannon. So
yeah, I think he's happy to nudge that bottom red across. It's not that on plant. You don't want to play the plant overly. You're happy to push it off that.
I think before it was a little bit dodgy that it looked on the screen, which is why I didn't play that one first. I played to get up high. I think it's a good shot.
He's playing these pretty clever so far. And I did call it before, but they really shouldn't be able to stop him now.
Yeah, everything is here. and he's. I mean, the only thing you can do here is give yourself terrible position in the centre and leave yourself running towards the pocket. Yeah, so you can't control it actually. I think he plays for. I think he just keeps it simple. Yeah.
He's making sure of all of it. He's looking a little bit straight there, which really isn't where you want to be.
Yeah, I think
You might
he
play
wants
this
to
to
be
the
lower.
left side of the pocket and run off the rail, because you don't want to be cutting that red to the centre.
He's played that pretty well. Yeah.
I think that's fine.
It's not ideal. He was too straight on it, you're
You
right.
still do have the option. You can just dribble it in and play the black to the right, but he is going to play the screw shot, it looks.
Yeah, he's much straight on it than it looks.
Yeah, I thought he was borderline running into the top rail.
This is a big frame for Jamie. He's played it well.
I don't know how deep he's been into these sort of comps.
I
He just stood in front of it. I wasn't a bit worried about the white in the centre.
That's a really good win. He played like it wasn't that Robbo messed up anything. Jamie played some really solid pool there.
He definitely did. He just controlled the game a lot, really. He sort of took every opportunity he had. And
Yeah.
like when he was in hard spots.
Yeah.
Some of them he was even unfortunate on, really.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The previous frame that Robbo won, Jamie had a bit of luck in that. But yeah, no, he's played really well today. I don't know what he's doing to his cue over the right hand side of the screen.
Giving it a bit of a work here.
Yeah.
I think he's giving it a sand. Fine sandpaper. Make sure it smooths up for him to.
Yeah, but yeah, he's been playing really well through to the final. That's a fantastic result for Jamie.